We've got a little bit of a walkthrough here of how to play Battle of the Breweries. So you're going to start off with the 15 breweries that you've got in each deck. You're going to sort these out based on how many players you've currently got playing in the game. So in this instance, maybe we'll have 4 people playing. So we just need to discard the extra breweries that we currently have, so that we're left with enough to play with a certain amount of people playing on the table. You also want to make sure that you have the right amount of cards per brewery within the game. So you want to make sure you've got the brewery card, the pet mascot card, 1 rare holographic card and 2 beer cards. Once you've done that, then you'll be getting everything set up in the middle of the table. So just make sure that you've got everything shuffled nicely, and you're going to put all the different piles of cards just in the middle. So you'll have your action cards, you'll have your pet and mascot cards, your beer cards, ABV%, glassware and brewery cards. What you need to do with your brewery cards is just make sure that you lay those out flat on the table, just so everybody can see which brewery is currently in that game that you're going to be playing. Just gives them an idea of which beers and which pets and mascots may also be in the game that you're about to play. And again, just get those shuffled up so that nobody knows what they're going to get. And then you're ready to start picking up your cards. So you start with 1 brewery card, your ABV% card, pet and mascot, glassware, and then finally 3 beer cards. So you know which your ABV% range is, and you also know which your breweries, so you know which beers to try and find. So once you've got those, then you'll be able to clear away the ABV% and the brewery cards, because those aren't going to be used anymore. Now we're just going to show you the hand that we picked up to start off with. So we've got Altitude Brewing, 0 to 3% ABV, the pet mascot and glassware, and then the 3 beer cards. So we've been quite lucky, we've got 2 beers here made by Altitude Brewing, so we want to try and keep hold of those. The other behemoth isn't part of it. Oban isn't from Altitude, so we don't want him. We've got 1 glassware that matches our card, but nothing within the 0 to 3% ABV% range, so we need to find beers that are within this range. So to start play, everybody takes an action card, take that in turns. So the first one is miss turn, so obviously that means you miss your turn. Next up we have new beer, so quite simple, take a new beer from the top of the pile. If you already have 6 in your hand, you need to place 1 back in the pile. You can only have a maximum of 6 in your hand. Next up is pet and mascot swap, so if you don't need that pet and mascot, just put it at the bottom of the pile and then take a new one from the top. And pretty much the same goes for the glassware. If you pick that one up, then you can get rid of the one you don't need and take a new one. So next up is Thief, so you'll call out an opponent around the table. You'll ask them for a beer from a brewery or an ABV% range. If they have a beer within that range or from that brewery, they have to give it to you. Next up is Battle, so choose an opponent around the table to attack. Each player holds up a card first of all that they're going to use, and then the attacker gets to call out either an ABV% or a release date. In this case we'll call out 12%, and the defender will then call out their ABV% range, which in this instance is 11%. So we win the battle, which means we get to take 1 of their beer cards, or we can switch a pet mascot card or a glassware card with them. Once you take a brew a beer card, then this means you can secure a beer by placing it face up on the table. This means that nobody can take it, although you can't now use it in battles. I've chosen Altitude because it secures me 14 points for the end of the game. First person to brew the 3rd beer overall ends the game. Points are then calculated as shown. So because we're the first to brew 3 beers, we earn 5 points. We managed to find Norm the Gnome, who belongs to Altitude Brewing, so that's 15 points for us. 10 points and 14 points for the 2 beers we managed to find, because one of them's holographic. Then the stemless glass. So in this instance we don't actually have any beers that require a stemless glass, so no points for that. Beers between 0 to 3%. So we'll go through those, and we have 1 beer which is between 0 to 3%, so another 5 points there. Gives us a total of 49 points overall. There are just over 100 breweries from 28 countries currently in the game. You can collect all of their trading card packs and add those into your game.